To choose from. It has 53 mountain peaks over 14,000 feet.
Ah, there it is.
Didn't realize how short that was going to be. Very short introductory clip. What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the DNVR show. Wow, I just had a brain freeze for what the hell our name of our show was. I'm Adam Mattes. I'm your host today. I don't know where Brendan Vogt is. He's disappeared, but I am joined by D-Line Co., the always reliable D-Line Co.
Here I am. What a rough start we've had so far. Let's turn it up from this point on. What do you say?
Let's definitely turn it up. And look, you know how we're definitely going to turn it up because look who's back. The man with the wind in his hair, the Peloton Prince, as beautiful as ever. He gets his own applause. Harrison Wind.
Oh, yeah. Man. Thanks, guys. It's good to be back. I missed you guys.
We missed you.
I missed you guys a lot, man. I missed you guys.
Missed you, and you know who really missed you was the audience. They were freaking out that the Peloton Prince wasn't here to do ads. We let Eric try to do it for a second. It was a disaster, complete disaster.
I don't know if you saw
I mean, like the worst part about going on a little mini vacation. I missed the Bol Bol Hypecast. And then I miss my Peloton workout. So, like, it's a double whammy, you know?
Well, yeah. I can tell you that the most exciting thing to happen in, like, 9 months happened while you were gone. So maybe you should leave more often. I don't know. Maybe that was it. Today, guys, we are joined by two people that you are going to very quickly grow to love. They are going to be the newest members of DNVR. And they're going to be the host of a new arm, a new extension here at DNVR, DNVR Golf. Please welcome into the show the Odd Bros, Spencer and Mitchell.
What's going on, everyone? How's it going?
Yeah. I like that Mitchell is handling the heavy weight of the last name for both bros.
I know, right?
Just Spencer.
Somebody's got to do it.
The heavy lifting.
So I'm kind of surprised you don't go by Mitchell.
Yeah, I kind of go one way or the other. It really doesn't make a difference to me. I actually had a real good buddy in high school whose name was Mitchell also. So everyone always referred to him as Mitchell and me Mitch. So I kind of got used to it, but it really doesn't make a difference to me. I've been called a heck of a lot worse.
I think Mitchie will be what we land on.
Mitchie's perfect. I like that.
I was wondering if you're doing the Mitch Trubisky thing. Remember when he was in college and he went by Mitch?
Yeah.
And then he got drafted and he was like, no, I'm mature now. I'm going by Mitchell.
I'll never take
I'm a starting quarterback. I'm mature
Billy
now.
Turns into Bill.
I'll never take myself that serious. That won't be an issue.
I do love, because I saw you like a week ago, and I do love that for your debut on today's Oddcast golf stream, you went with the Predator stash.
Oh, yeah, dude, for sure. Just full send on it. I was like, my beard was getting a little itchy, and I was like, I like the mustache, don't like the beard, so I just left it.
Well, we have a really fun show for everybody today. We're going to grade the Denver Nuggets players' golf swings. They went out golfing the other day, and they all look like myself, but maybe even worse than myself. I don't know. Maybe better, but not that much better. So we're going to have these guys who are experts, golf pros over at Spring Valley. We're going to have them grade their golf swings. I played, by the way, I told you guys this. I played last week. I played golf for the first time in a long time.
Oh, weird.
Really hard. And yet these two guys hit it straight every time. I'm telling you, it was actually, I think when you watch soccer, it looks so easy, and I don't know why soccer players aren't better. I don't know how golf people are so good at golf.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Practicing. You could give LeBron James a golf club and he could make himself look like an idiot. So it's just not as much about athleticism. I mean, look at Adam; he's an athletic specimen.
Thank you.
Yeah. You don't have to suck up to Adam on this.
You absolutely do. You absolutely have to suck up.
His calves are huge, though. I will say his calves are gigantic.
His calves are huge.
Which is
you haven't seen my calves, Mitch. You have not seen my calves.
How we're already into male body talk.
It takes us 5 minutes every show to get into the male body. It's incredible.
I just noticed. I was like, damn, he's got some huge calves.
I
gotta respect it.
The calves are also usually one of the first things I check out when spending time with someone new.
No doubt.
I'm uncomfortable.
Adam's got great calves.
I was so focused on trying to.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was so focused on trying to analyze that golf swing and figure out how many things were wrong with it. I didn't think about the calves.
You want to know something sad? And this is true. This is actually where my mind was when we played golf together. If somebody is good enough at a thing that you feel there's something there, you like give a little advice or something. They didn't say shit. I was like hitting the golf ball. You could just tell they were like, "Yeah, that's hopeless. Just have fun, man."
Your swing is so
on.
screwed up that like no amount of coaching is ever gonna,
Yeah, we
it's ever
would have
gonna
ran
help
out of time at that point. We didn't. It would have gotten dark.
I just love how you took a hack and reacted. You didn't even wait to see how you hit it. You just decided it was good enough for you, and you were going to.
That's how you do it, baby.
It's because you know off of contact. You just know.
That was one of the few that got it into the air, so it was an immediate hype reaction.
You know what's funny is that's not even a lie. That's actually legitimately exactly what happened. But guys, so DNVR Golf today, the Oddcast. I'm so disappointed in DNVR. I'm not going to lie. Because I was so convinced that we had the best golf duo in all of Denver, and we are now 0-2 against Altitude Sports and Altitude Radio. Vic and Mosier, two old men, just took it to RK and Hank today. Spencer, I hope you guys were following along online on Twitter. It was a really cool broadcast. Spencer, what happened out there? How did we choke?
Honestly, today, I watched a little bit of the Oddcast last time. RK and Hank played great today. Just Vic and Mosier were better, and there was a few shots here and there that RK or Hank could have hit better. But on a normal day, I think Vic and Mosier get waxed by RK and Hank today. Honestly, like they were 2 under in a best ball or in an alternate shot at the end, which never happens, especially for two guys that. They're good, but they're not that good. They literally played out of their ass the last 9 holes.
Well, yeah, how unlucky for RK and Hank that they've played twice and neither day were normal days.
What I love
Just
about
keep
this
playing until you get a normal day.
RK is like so
normal day.
competitive that he's going to be actually like legitimately pissed about these 2 losses, which I love.
Dude, he said he was going to keep him up tonight. I'm like, holy
It's
cow.
going to.
It's just a game, bro. But I get it. He's competitive, so.
So this is another thing that golf and soccer have in common is when you play bad and if you lose in soccer or you lose in golf, Spencer's like, honestly, both teams played great. Just one played better. Like, come on, man.
Why wouldn't you bring it back to
somebody
why
lost?
would you bring it back to basketball? Just out of curiosity, why soccer?
Because people don't say this in basketball. Like,
why are you comparing golf to soccer, bro? Chill with that.
Because I wouldn't compare it to basketball. Because whenever, like, say LeBron James loses any game, or you could say Jokic, they lose a game. It's because that they're flawed as human beings and like their legacies are tarnished. And then like I hear this with golf, and it's like both teams were perfect. It's just that one was. More perfect.
Greens ran a little fast today. Something else.
Okay, let's be real then. On the 18th hole, Ryan bombed a drive. Hank had a pretty easy second shot. He blew it way right into a tree almost.
This is what I wanted to hear.
And then RK had a fairly easy chip, and he did not hit it well at all, and could have given them a close putt. So they fought back to get. They were 2 down. They fought back to get even, but that last hole, they both hit awful shots.
So that sounds like Hank blew it. I mean, let's just cut to the chase. Hank blew the game.
Hank,
yeah, he could take a fair amount of blame.
We love you, Hank.
Well, and Ryan could have hit a better shot too, because Vic and Ryan were pretty close in the same spot. And Vic hit it to like 7-8 feet, and Ryan hit it to like 30 feet. So that was really the difference. It came down to the 18th hole, and just a couple of short shots killed him. So
tough,
brutal. Who's the best player in that foursome?
Moj.
Really?
Moj can bomb it, dude. He's just running on Miller Lite in Copenhagen, hitting it 320. I'm like, damn, dude, he's jamming out with his air guitar.
Mosier's pretty built too. What is Mosier, like 6 foot, 6'1"?
Yeah, Mosier's pretty big. Like, no offense to him,
what do his
but
calves look like?
I always thought he was thicker. He did have huge calves.
Dude, his calves put Adams to shame.
Yeah, I am not kidding you, dude. He had bigger calves than Mara's over here. Like,
come on, man.
I did comment on it. Dude,
I
was like,
Mitchell's gonna take my calf watch corner, dude. This is brutal.
Dude, you can tell an athlete by their calves. That's why.
Strong agree.
Kale, I think you need to Google some great athlete calves. I think later in the show we're gonna have a calf off between.
Make sure you have safe search on,
is
Kale. Make sure you have safe search on.
Let's move this along to Nuggets talk a little bit here.
Oh,
Harrison, you missed the most exciting day of my life, which was Bol Bol's debut.
Oh, not the birth of your kids? Sorry.
That was pretty good, but
He had 9 months to prepare for that, the birth of his children. That Bol Bol thing came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere. My kids didn't score any points or block shots when they were born.
Yeah.
They definitely can't play power forward next year.
But honestly, Harrison, we know you're on vacation and still on vacation a little bit. But what did you think of what you've seen of Bol Bol in his debut?
Oh, man, it was crazy because I was checking Twitter periodically throughout that game. But, in the middle of checking Twitter, I was like jet skiing on the car in a river. So it was tough to focus on both.
Weird flex.
What a flex.
No, man, it's funny because honestly, it was awesome because this guy has just played so little basketball in the last 2 calendar years. Like, to see him come out in his first game and do stuff that we've seen just like a couple guys do ever, like block a shot and then beat his man down the floor, beat everybody down the floor and dunk it. Like, he did stuff in that game, in his first game, professional game, that not a lot of guys can do, if anybody. So it was awesome, and I think it was very deserving of the hype. But the thing I got to say, I saw him do a lot of that same stuff in the G League. So
yeah.
I was probably a little less surprised by what he did than most, because I'll let everybody else off the hook. I don't expect you to watch every G League game that he's been in. But he did a lot of similar stuff in the G League. But no, it was as good of a performance from him after the last 2 years that he's had that you probably could have expected. So I was hyped.
I think that's a good thing, though, because I always think, like, when players do something at one level and they go up a level and then they can do those exact same things, like, to me, that's a sign. It's like, okay, that's a great thing. Like, the things Bol Bol does, I'm not sure players can stop. Now, the things he's weak at, really good players are going to really exploit or whatever. But at least right now you can be like, you know what? He's still really tall and he still has a great shot.
He is really tall.
He will be really tall.
Yeah.
He
He might still be growing. I don't know. Spencer and Mitchell, did you guys get a chance to check it out? Did you see the highlights?
Yeah, we saw some.
Yeah,
of the
so we were
highlights.
actually on the golf course with RK and Hank doing a practice round, and our phones were blowing up, Twitter was blowing up, and so we started watching the videos, and my favorite thing is when he had the block and then he dribbled down the court. First of all, he just tells Jokic, "No, I got this."
I got
Yeah.
it.
Which I don't.
Yeah.
And then, like, right before he kind of cuts out of the screen in the shot that I saw, but right as he's about to pull up for three, Jokic just has that hands up, like, "What are you doing?" look. And I thought that was the greatest thing. I saw that and I was like, and then he goes in, he's like, and then the look he gave after the pass that, and it was more towards himself, I think, but Jokic tried to throw that full court pass to Bol, and it got stolen, and then the camera was just on his face, and it was the most disgusting look I've ever seen in my life. I was like, what is he supposed to do? Just, like, snatch it over his back? Like,
Yeah, I felt like Yoke was in such a great headspace to, like, when we saw him, he's been joking around, he's laughing, he's got that great tan, everything's good. And then yesterday's game, about 10 minutes in, he was with to, like, F this. Basketball might be unhealthy for Jokic.
I think it is. It certainly gets in the way of what he wants to do in life.
Yeah.
We don't need him stress eating or anything.
Man, I had a new Serbian word I was going to debut. I guess I'll have to save it for Serbian Corner tomorrow.
Yeah,
Serbian
save
corner.
it.
All right, Serbian Corner. The homie Miroslav is going to really – I have a new Serbian word for him.
Did you guys talk about that picture of Bol where he was dunking and he just had like an ear-to-ear smile on his face?
No, we should though.
I just sent it to Kale in the Slack, so maybe he can pull it up here. But they say a picture tells 1,000 words. That picture tells like Bol's story of the last 2 years, because I can't even imagine how tough it's been for him to sit on the sidelines at Oregon, sit on the sidelines with Denver the whole year, only practice with the Nuggets, with the team that he's on, just 2 or 3 times this season. And now that he finally gets to practice, he finally gets to play. I mean, look at how happy he is.
Okay,
look at this guy. This is all the
frustration
frustration that he's had over the last couple years. He got to let it out in this game. He got to let that all out and just play free and play in what was a glorified pickup game. that was the coolest part to me. Like, he just seemed so happy to be playing again. And you could tell that in practice, and you could definitely tell that in this game. Just to get out there with his teammates, I was just so happy for him.
Yeah, and if you would have panned out beyond his face, past the court, out of the TV, into the DNVR bar, me, Adam, and Brenda were all making the exact same face at that moment.
That's 100% true. Dude, we haven't been that hyped in a while. It was so fun. Like, sports hype, we talk about this a lot, just you and me, Eric, but sports, like, when you get really excited for a thing, you lose, like, all sense of anything that matters in life. You're just kind of like, this thing is the best thing going in the world right now.
That is why sports rule. Is because it's like you're just watching a 7'2" guy jump and put a ball through a metal hoop, and it exhilarates you to the point of you can't even compare it to anything else. Like, there's nothing else in my life that I get that excited for.
That's so true.
And I wish it wasn't true, but it's completely true.
So here's the next thing to get excited for, because I was thinking about this last night. We had Michael Porter Jr.'s debut. Then do you guys remember, like, Murray got hurt when they started playing a lot of minutes, and it was like, okay, I want to see Murray, Jokic, and MPJ together. And it took another month for us to get that because of just how things shook out. But we got to look forward to that. Then we finally got it. Then we will look forward to Bol Bol's debut. Now, I feel like it's almost the full set. The next thing I'm looking forward to is Murray, Jokic, MPJ, and Bol Bol sharing the court together. I think that might take the cake. I think when and if this happens, it's going to be like, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. Vote, is it going to happen ever?
Yeah, that's a $1 million question, is it? I think it will. I think at some point next season. Even as early as next season, we could see it. Remember, the Nuggets are going to have some decisions to make regarding backup center. I believe, Mason Plumlee is entering unrestricted free agency, and Noah Vonleh as well, right?
Yep.
He signed a 1-year
Let's
deal.
bring Noah Vonleh back. I've seen enough. Let's bring that guy back.
Well,
I think he's good.
But maybe they do give Noah Vonleh like 1 year, $3 million, and then it's like, we bring Bol Bol back up every now and then and take a look and sort of start that process of looking at him as the backup 5 or even a 4 at times. So I think we could see it, to be honest. If you are of the belief that this core stays together through the summer, then you're probably seeing it next year.
I think we're going to see it in a scrimmage game, or not even a scrimmage game. I think we're going to see it in a seeding game. I think we are.
5 peppers scale. That's a 5.
I think we're going to see it in a seeding game.
Muy caliente.
Because, man, look, these games count. These seeding games count, but with how slow the Nuggets have been.
Unbelievable.
You don't get to make an executive decision like that back there. The man ordered 5 peppers.
With how slow they've been to get everybody back and to get everybody practicing, and they're being cautious with Jamal Murray and Will Barton, like, they're going to have a really expanded rotation for these 8 seeding games. Maybe they're going to, load manage Jamal Murray, load manage Paul Millsap. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it just for a couple minutes, maybe, in the seeding games.
I gotta hope so. I mean, look, if it does happen, I don't care. I do think the seeding games are going to take on a preseason feel, so I could see them just kind of experimenting with some different lineups. But you're kind of Malone, I think, has been towing between trying to keep everybody happy and like, okay, let's keep this light. We're going to be in here. Stresses are going to be high, and balancing the other side of that, which is we got to also be serious and competitive. And I felt like 25 turnovers yesterday in a 40-minute game, and Malone went to the podium or went to the Zoom call, whatever, and he hopped on there and was just pissed.
That was so funny, man, because pregame, I went back to listen to the pregame audio. He gets up there and goes, I just hope we don't have any injuries. I just hope we can, make it through this game. We'll see what happens. And then the first thing he says when he gets up there postgame is the turnovers were out of control.
And like, who do you yell at? There were 5 centers.
That's so true.
Dude, they were playing like 3 out, 2 in. It was like Iowa. It was like Big Ten basketball in like 1995. Playing 3 out, 2 in, a 2-3 zone on defense.
I don't know, Eric. You're the hype man here. Where is that going to rank when those 4 take the court? Should it happen?
Well, I mean, I have a hard time believing it's going to happen. Anything that like feels good and is fun to watch, like we get very little from with Michael Malone for whatever reason, like just like his MO. So I don't know. But it's going to feel great if it ever happens.
I was texting with somebody at the team today, and I said that exact same thing. Like, I hope at some point we get this, and I just got I think we will. So, and that wasn't necessarily like in this bubble, but just like at some point, those 4 guys. That's at least
It
the
was.
thought
I mean,
that
it was
everybody's
like
having.
it was ridiculous to see, and it was like ridiculously effective.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
in the
Bol Bol
strangest
led
way.
all players in minutes in that game. So
Yeah.
I mean, Malone didn't just have his hand forced. I mean, he leaned into it.
That's
So
true.
Maybe
That's
that's
true.
a sign of an open-mindedness there.
Spencer, you're a Nuggets fan. I mean, are you Nuggets number 1 for you, or where's your Denver sports lie? Like,
Telling RK and Allie at the bar a little earlier, I was like, if the Nuggets are my most volatile team, if they lose a game, that's my lowest of low on a Denver fandom. And if they win a game, it's my highest of highs. They're my most volatile fandom team in Denver.
Yeah.
sounds right. Sounds very right. Mitchell, what about
It's been
you?
a rough life for Spencer.
Yeah, I would say I've never thrown my phone more than watching Nuggets games. You know, the Broncos are a little different in the Avs, but just I don't know what it is. A lot of times, like coming down the stretch, if they're just not playing defense or whatever, I just want to like jump through the screen and like shake them by the neck. Like
Yeah.
Spence and I were watching that Memphis game. What was it last season when they got down by like 30-25 or something, and they came back and won. And we were just it would just encapsulize like our Nuggets fandom. We were we went like through the stages of being super pissed, and then we like accepted it. We're like, oh, it's only one game. And then they start coming back, and we're like, oh, what's going to happen? And then we were like jumping up and down, like hugging each other by the end of it. So it's just one of those things where, like Spencer said, you can't get any higher and you can't get any lower.
It led to the best comment in Reddit history on the Jazz subreddit, where somebody said, every time we pull away, that mother effer Jokic pulls them right back. And it's just like, hell yeah. When you piss off a fan base that much.
Oh, I know.
Especially when it's the Jazz, that's like extra good.
So sweet.
But baseball and basketball, I think, are the
Gets to
toughest
finally-
sports. Oh, sorry, Spencer, didn't hear you, brother.
It's so good for the Nuggets to finally have a guy like that, like where it's like that you're never out of a game if he turns it on and goes full beast mode.
Yeah.
I just think those are the 2 hardest sports to watch your team struggle in, baseball and basketball. I mean, when there's a series of clanks off the rim or you've gone 3 innings without an extra base hit, it's just like, man, it's going to be a long night. You know?
Yeah, like when you start watching baseball for a while and you start to think that it's literally impossible to score a run, or to record an out. Like
Bad game, and in basketball, a bad game against the Cavs. It's like their 3rd quarter and they're down 11, and you're like, I don't even care if they win. This is brutal. You know?
Yeah. Oh,
It's
dude.
really tough to watch.
Yeah, with the Rockies, the thing is with them is I just turn the TV off. I'm like,
that's true.
I know, because you don't have any expectation a lot of the time with them. You're like, well, I didn't expect them to win this game in the first place. But with the Nuggets, it's so frustrating because you know how good they can be. So when I'll watch it through, but I'm just seething the entire time, like so pissed
sports
off.
are healthy for people. They're just
This is a long first segment, but I want to ask a few more of these questions before we move on to some other stuff. But this came up in the Discord today. And by the way, if you're a DNVR subscriber, you have access to our Discord channel, which is our lounge. It's basically like our comment section or a message board where we all kind of hang out. We were talking today about whether or not you think of Bol Bol as part of the core. Because to me, the core, the core is Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and Michael Porter Jr. Like, Michael Porter Jr. is firmly in the core to me. And I was surprised that a lot of people had Bol Bol as like that's also core. Harrison, what do you think of that?
Yeah, he's not yet. Not yet.
One scrimmage, he's part of the core.
Yeah.
Is Troy Daniels part of the
definitely not yet.
But you guys, first of all, you understand the what's being implied here. It's not just one scrimmage. It's like, okay, this is a guy that has tons of upside. So would you is it more valuable to have that lottery ticket, or would you trade him for some like role player?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like his trajectory is so volatile still. I mean, you've got the injury concerns, right? He had an injury. He broke the bone in his foot that ended Yao Ming's career, right?
Yeah.
It's Joel Embiid broke it twice. So it's hampered a lot of big men before. So it's just a little too volatile to put him in the core so far. But I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say he can't be in the core. He definitely could be. He could be.
Is he a member of the Colorado core? That's the question.
The Colorado core. What do you think, Vote?
I mean, he's definitely part of that list of reasons you're excited about the Nuggets, why you think maybe they're future's bright, that title window might be open. I think you start including Bol Bol. I know that is an ideal projection, and it's very
rough.
Wind is out of the core.
It's rough.
It's very possible that Bol serves the most utility for the Nuggets as a trade chip because he's a backup 5, as we know, and there's the injury stuff and all that. So he's not in the core, but he is like. You talk Jokic Murray, then you talk about the tantalizing potential of MPJ.
Bol is the core.
And then you might as well bring Bol Bol up, man. That's kind of how I feel.
I mean, he's
is he a
the
backup
next
5 though? Is he?
That's a good question.
I mean, wouldn't you have been like laughed off of this podcast if you asked if Bol Bol was part of the core 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. Just like I said earlier, man, a lot of that same stuff he did in the G League. His G League tape was very similar.
He's always been a high
to that game.
I like this question here, and I wanted to kind of go to it. The biggest media star. This is actually a really interesting one. I have my answer. I think it's Bol. Because for whatever reason, he has like the Taco Fall thing where people are just sort of obsessed with him. Actually, I'm going to go to you guys first. Midge and Spence. I'll ask you, Mitch. Who do you just think is like more, I don't know, just like likable, intriguing, just more of like a star? Bol or MPJ?
I feel like Bol, I would agree with you. He's got more of that pull where like Worldwide Wob or whatever on Twitter was changing his name to. And he did the same thing with MPJ, but then he's doing like a list of all these different, and he takes everything over the top, but it's still like thousands of retweets on Twitter, like all these huge accounts are posting stuff, and we hardly ever, like Jokic could literally put up 50, 30, and 20, and it'd be like an afterthought at ESPN. And then Bol Bol has one dunk, and it's all over social. It's all over everything on social media. So it's just. And I don't really necessarily know what it is, like you said, and MPJ's got that too, but I don't even know it. Like you said, it's kind of the Taco Fall thing where he's just such an outlier with his size. People just think, and he can shoot too, which is nuts. Like you can never really wrap your head around that. So that's what I personally think it's Bol.
I think it's Bol. I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Spencer.
Oh, I wasn't. You're good.
I think it's Bol too. I think it's Bol too, and Rayvon just said this in the chat here, but he's more unique. We've never seen Bol before.'ve never seen a player like him at 7'2" that can do the things he does. MPJ, like he can be a Kevin Durant light, but we've seen guys at 6'10", 6'11" do what he's done before. So I would go with Bol, and also, I mean, how long until Bol? We know he's like best friends with rappers and stuff. Like, how long until he gets name dropped in like a Travis Scott song? Like then
he's part of the core.
Then he's connecting worlds here.
Connecting.
Well, how many people are we allowed to have in a core? Is the other question.
As many as we want.
We have like an 8-man core.
Yeah, I think a 4-man core is interesting. All you need is one more player, and then you have like a full roster. If the Nuggets had like 5,
like a
if they just had one more of these
core.
like high upside guys, it'd be like sweet. Let's do it. Harrison, we missed you, man, on this. We botched this every single time when you were gone.
Or just
how it's done.
Disaster.
I wasn't even gonna ask if you guys did the DraftKings pick of the week, but I'm gonna save that till Friday.
Yeah, save it for tomorrow.
Okay. You guys can probably tell from the my backdrop here. I'm in a hotel room. I'm in Vegas.
Congrats.
I'm on the Strip. A downside of Vegas, though, not a ton of Breck Brew flowing around. Not a ton of Breck Brew flowing
Vegas
around.
Sucks.
Vegas always been overrated.
A big demerit for Vegas. But you can get Breck Brew, I think, surrounding Vegas. You can check out the Breck Brew beer locator. You can also pick it up at Davidson's. They have curbside pickup and delivery. Check out the Jokic pack, the 15-can sampler.
Ooh.
Also, check out the Mile High City Copper Lager. There it is. From Breck Brew. Davidson's, they have curbside pickup and delivery, also your local liquor store as well. Also, guys, Rockies opening day tomorrow night, Friday night, at the DNVR bar. I think we're sold out.
I think we're already sold out. We are
sold out. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. If you snooze, you lose.
Socially distant watch party.
Yeah, but baseball is officially back. We got, I think the Yankees play tonight, a couple games tonight. Baseball is back. That's right. The boys will be getting back out on the diamond this week. And while we may not be able to join them in the stadium, there's plenty of action to be had from the comfort of your home. And there is no better place to get in on the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. And to celebrate baseball coming back, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering free bets for every home run that your team hits. Oh, man. See, the listeners appreciate the ad reads. Some people don't appreciate them. The listeners appreciate it.
The listeners do, man. They knows what's what.
Yeah. So taking advantage of this Grand Slam offer is easy. All you have to do is place a pregame bet of at least $25 on your home team, and for every home run they hit in that game, you'll get $5 worth of free bets.
Yeah.
Additionally, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering all new users a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. So make sure to download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DNVR when you sign up, because for a limited time, all new users can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's code DNVR to get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus is comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Are you guys happy to have me back or what? Are you happy to have me back?
If you take that long again on if the song ends, I'm just gonna put your face on giant screen. For the,
I zoned out there, dude. I kind of forgot we were on the pod. I was on Twitter.
We're gonna have a little bit of fun though right now, guys, because the Denver Nuggets, they took to the golf course there in Disney World and they smacked the ball around a little bit. And we have two golf pros here that are going to help us to rate them. So first off, I got a video here. Let's check out the intro video here. This is from Paul Millsap, who is an expert golfer. And then, hold on, look at this bad boy.
Wow, that is terrifying.
Check out this incredible golf
That's
cart.
the stuff of nightmares right there.
Pause.
Yeah, we're actually playing rated. I forgot to introduce. Damn it, I'm doing terrible. So we have to on a scale of 1 to 10. Mitchell? How do you rate this golf cart?
Yeah, it's pretty much nightmare fuel. I don't need
nightmare
Mickey
fuel.
Mickey Mouse driving straight at me like that. You could see a couple clowns riding around in that thing. So I'm gonna go with 2.
Oh,
A 2. Well, it's not a 1. All right.
Wow.
Spencer, can you play a good round of golf if you have to ride in that thing?
No, absolutely not. I'd be so distracted the whole time I wouldn't be able to focus. Especially if the golf cart was pointed remotely at me, I wouldn't be able to focus on a golf shot.
Have you ever are there novelty golf carts like this? Is that a thing?
Well, so at private courses at a lot of places, like people can buy their own golf carts and bring them out. And you should see some of the things these people have tricked out on their golf carts. They got big rims, big tires. They got full-on speakers. They got coolers that are like on the side of them, below them, above them. Like, it's unreal how much people spend on golf
I'm
carts.
waiting for the day. I'm waiting until how long it takes for LeBron or maybe
That's true.
whoever the most avid golfer in the bubble is to just
Steph Curry.
have his own custom golf
he's
cart.
not there.
Golf cart just miraculously show up inside the bubble.
Inside the bubble. That's a baller move. If you have your own golf cart, that's a really baller move.
Oh yeah,
Especially
some of those cost like as much as some people's cars.
Really?
Like 10, 15 G's, and these people just drop it like it's nothing.
Golf
crazy.
Golf is ridiculous. Okay, we have let's check out Murray number 1 here. Here's more of inexplicably he has his shirt off, which is
how do we feel about first off about his golf etiquette? Shirtless.
He's been shirtless for a week.
That's a 0.
Is shirtless golfing allowed at Spring Valley?
No, we don't. You're not even allowed to wear a cutoff shirt as a dude.
There you
Like,
go.
do you have to? Are you required to wear a collar?
No, we don't require a collar, but
you do require
we
a
definitely
shirt.
don't. Yeah, we literally have to tell people to buy shirts if they show up wearing a tank top.
That's hilarious.
So
I would
that's
definitely pull
straight.
it.
That's a
straight.
dead-eye straight
Hard.
shot.
That thing's hooking hard.
I felt like that's what all of my shots looked like. Got about 8 inches off the ground and then went 20 yards.
Yeah, Adam, you're just about as hyped about your shots as he was about his right there. Like, that is so on brand for Murray flexing after. I'm like, dude, that was horrible.
We're gonna call that the Adam Mars.
I got some Murray mentality. Play it one more time, Kale. Let's play it one more time. And now, while he's doing it, guys, let's hear some analysis on the swing. Shot doctor. Well, it's not called a shot. Stroke doctor.
Swing doctor.
Swing
Stroke
doctor. There we go.
Spencer, you go for it here.
All right, I got this one.
Good placement.
teed it up successfully.
Right.
Sometimes I have trouble teeing it up.
Tee it high, let it fly.
All right, so his good form there. His back's a little bent over. Not a bad backswing, actually, but when he comes through, if you see his right arm is a total full chicken wing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then, look at that right arm right there. That's awful. And then he turns around and flexes 2 chicken wings at the camera.
Well, that's, I think, the problem is he's already started the flex.
Yeah, like that right there is horrible position. He transferred the weight to his front side pretty good. But that right arm just can't happen.
Is this like what happens when you think of your celebration before you actually make a 3?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he was celebrating before he even swung.
Let's
see the other one. There's one more of Murray here. Maybe this will help us to more properly add oh god, that one went way left. Oh, he flexed again. All right, let's see it. Slow-mo. Look at this.
Yeah, that left arm is not in a good spot. And then he basically just dives down at the ground and then spins out. I
do have to say, I'll give him a 10 for style with the pick in his hair. I'll give him a 10 out of 10 for style.
Oh yeah, he's got the most swag of anyone at the driving range for sure. But I'm not huge on the celebration.
You don't like celebrations in golf. Golf people like everybody just to be quiet and stuff.
No, I don't mind celebrations. Like if you do something worth celebrating. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
sure does.
All right, 1 to 10. What are you guys giving that Jamal Murray's golf game?
That's a 1. He needs some.
Oh wow, 1.
He needs some work. Like you can see Paul Millsap. I'm sure we'll show it, but you can tell he's the dad on the squad because he's fully golf clothes. Like he's more into the golf game. Like give these guys 10 years and then they'll be like, oh man, I can play a little golf now. So they're just still a little too young. They like going out to the clubs and stuff. They're not spending their off days hitting range balls like Millsap probably is. So
all right, so that was a 1. All right, Tyler Cook. Let's see what Tyler Cook's got here. Ooh.
That's actually not too bad. The only problem is see on his
that front foot coming up is rough. And then that weight transfer it's just non-existent there. That right foot's got to be turned through it, and you got to. What I tell people is if I'm standing behind him, you want to see that Nike swoosh from underneath the shoe. He didn't transfer any of his weight on his right foot, that we want to see the sole of the shoe on the right foot. You got to transfer your weight forward in order to make good contact, and he basically just swings his body in a barrel. Remember that, Adam?
I'm a barrel.
And, you got to be in a barrel.
And then, but he never transfers his weight forward at all, and you can't make good contact doing that.
What score are we going to give him?
I give Tyler a 4, only because he's an Iowa guy, and Mitchell and I are big Iowa guys. So.
Wow.
Actual golf swing 1.5.
Wow, he's still better than Jamal.
Still better than Murray. All right, let's look at Troy Daniels here. It's very quick.
That is impressive.
That's not bad.
That is
shooters.
Yeah.
Shooters are good golfers. That's my
shooters shoot, baby.
See, Troy Daniels has been in the league for a while. He's been around. He's played on some good teams. He probably knows his way around the golf course by now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That right there is a great finish.
Yeah.
You can see like Jamal's club. Jamal's club was like up and down at this point. See how his is around his neck and kind of parallel to the ground. That's a good finish to a golf swing.
Oh, what are we giving him?
I go
I give that one
7.5. Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought you guys were being harsh graders, but I guess just Murray sucks. I didn't know that.
That's just a good golf swing.
All right, let's go to Mason Plumlee. Tall guys, not good at golf. That's my theory. Look at the muscles, though. Good God. Like a statue.
Yeah, that club looks way too short for him. Like, he is super bent over trying to get that. Those have to be like rental clubs or something because those are not built for him by any means.
He's not squatting through almost the whole swing.
Who's the tallest pro golfer? Like, what's like the big skyscraper?
There's a dude named, Jason Kokrak is like 6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And he hits it a really long way. There's a few dudes out there that are probably the biggest you get is like 6'6" or so. Chesson Hadley's pretty tall too, but you get to a certain point where it can actually hamper your golf game. So.
Sure.
That's my excuse, guys. I mean, it's tough being tall.
You're just too big, dude.
It's too big, man.
It's
I thought your clubs were too short, and you're like, oh, they're 1.5 inches long. I'm like, You might need longer clubs.
Let's check out Michael Malone now. Let's see what Michael Malone's got.
Oh, I didn't see this. It doesn't look great, I'm gonna be honest.
For a coach,
the
that's
finish
kind of
could
a
use some work.
I figured he'd be like a big golf guy, especially because
Rage follow through.
they've got some summer days off. You know, I figured he'd be at the country club, but he doesn't look like he's ever picked up a golf club before. So
He does not have
So
the patience
that's
or
a
the zen
complete-
to play golf, dude.
That's a complete and utter overswing there. See how his chest is facing basically back behind where he started?
I can see that.
You,
That's
you
not
need
good.
your chest facing the target. That's a total overswing of the golf club there.
I love it. You're right. Here's number 2 with Michael Malone, so we get another look at it. We'll go the slow-mo on the second one. I like him looking at Paul just like, what the hell did I do?
Oh, wow. That's horrible.
So he got a full turn with his left foot mid-swing. I don't know what that was, or if he just felt like he was in a bad spot. And then that right there that's not awful for him, but he's got to be more straight up and more aimed out towards the driving range, not in the forest.
All right. Michael Malone sucks at golf. Good to know. Is that the last one? Okay, we got 2 non-Nuggets ones here, but I think they'll be fun. Let's go to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, big golfer, well-known golfer.
Oh,
What do we make of this
Is
one?
that a rip? That looks like a rip.
yeah, he has a lot of time to play. He's got a little bit of what we call an over-the-top move. Basically, in transition at the top of the backswing, his hands kind of shoot more out to the right, like out here versus going more down. I don't want to get too technical, but I'm sure.
Does he suck or not? Come on, man.
No, dude, he's a stick. Like some of those shots he hit in the match, I was like, damn, this guy is sandbagging.
I love the language.
He is sandbagging hard because Brady and him were both like the same handicap, and Brady looked horrible, and Manning, and you can tell Manning's retired and Brady's still playing because he's got a lot more time to work on his game. Also, another fun fact: Peyton Manning just bought a golf course out in Tennessee, and also started his own whiskey company at the same time. So he's all in on the golf game.
I'll bet he has a pretty good life.
Is that sourced?
That is so. It was over a month ago. It happened. He bought this place out in Tennessee called Sweetens Cove, which is like nationally known. And him and some investors bought it, and then they started Sweetens Cove whiskey. So maybe we can get our hands on some of that, and do a review of his new whiskey when it comes out.
That actually sounds great.
Peyton's
Let's take a look at
Tuesdays
John Elway. This is the last one here.
Cooler than my 20s.
Ooh. Did I slow this one down? Oh yeah, I did. This is from
the
like
all.
2007.
I gotta say, the all white look for Elway here. White,
Oh, this is Elway.
white pants, white shirt, white hat. Questionable. Very questionable.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, like
So
the whole white belt, white shoes look like left the PGA Tour like 10 years ago.
Yeah, this
You
is a
basically
questionable
will,
look.
you basically will get like a bunch of slander for wearing a white belt and white shoes now. So that look is not great. I don't know. Hopefully it's before Labor Day that's just a whole lot of white going on there.
Dude,
so.
screw golf. These rules.
There's a lot of
Fashion
nuances.
corner.
Like I don't care. You could wear Dickies and a T-shirt, and people wear whatever they want. So it is what it is.
Let's take one final break
just
here.
make
That
sure
was
you're
fun,
wearing a
guys.
shirt. Wear a shirt.
Just wear a shirt. We're not too specific.
Let's take a quick one last break. When we come back, these two are going to try to show off their Nuggets knowledge by trying to climb the steps or fall down the steps. We'll find out which one.
Oh.
But first, Harrison.
So this is the time in the show where we decide what the WGT tournament is going to be.
Oh, God, that's right.
For this
We do
upcoming weekend. You guys know we play WGT every weekend. If you haven't downloaded the game yet, DNVRGolf.com. That's where you can download the game from. And make sure to search for the DNVR 2 Country Club. We do tournaments every single weekend. Some are tough, some are, par 3 or close to the pin challenges. Best of par 4s was a fun one. So make sure to download that game and sign up for the DNVR 2 Country Club. And you can take us all on this weekend.
You didn't play last weekend, right, Harrison? Or did you?
I did not play. No.
See, I thought I beat you, but then I just realized you just didn't play. Damn it.
Yeah.
I probably would have beat you.
Yeah. Okay. Also, guys, you can get 20% off Strava Craft coffee online using the code DNVR20. Of course, Strava Craft coffee is packed with CBD. It's been known to help cure long-term migraines, back pain, arthritis. Maybe you're just a little stressed these days, which would be totally understandable. So make sure to check out Strava Craft coffee. Maybe CBD can help you out with some of that stress or some of those long-term problems that you just haven't been able to kick. You can get it for 20% off when you use the code DNVR20 online at StravaCraftCoffee.com.
You guys ready for this? No?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe
Spencer
not.
might be asleep over there. I know you had an early morning, but might be asleep.
Get some Strava Craft coffee.
Get some Strava.
Yeah,
I
there you
know,
go.
right? I actually do love that stuff.
It's
I
good.
get a lot of it, and
It's
I drink it almost
legit.
every day.
It's so good.
All right, Harrison, you've prepared some questions. You said they're extra hard. These guys say they're Nuggets fans. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out.
Spencer's gonna do better at this. Spencer's like a walking statistics machine. Like, I don't understand it, but
Well, you've set him up for a glorious
pretty
fall.
big failure.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
That was a great
awful.
brother.
Yeah,
good.
this is
right
not
there.
good. Oh God, this
I'm
is like a
going to be 0
roast.
for 5.
What are we walking into right now? This doesn't sound good.
Well, you can earn some real street cred here.
Yeah.
Harrison, put him through the
Not
ringer.
eligible for the stickers though. Just to
Yeah,
be
no
clear.
sticker packs for you.
All right, guys. Question number 1.
Oh boy.
How many All-Star teams has Nikola Jokic made in his career?
2.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. He has made 2 All-Star games. Question number 2. What current Nugget played for the Trailblazers before he was acquired in the Yusef Nurkic trade?
Will Barton.
Is that your final answer?
No.
Yes. Oh God. No.
Mason
No.
Plumlee.
Oh my God. I cannot believe that.
That was
That
almost
is-
a
It is
catastrophe.
Mason
That
Plumlee.
was
It is
almost a
Mason
You got
Plumlee.
saved. You guys are a team, thank God. That was almost a disaster.
I jumped the gun on that.
I got to be honest. I wanted you to answer that wrong on question 2 more than anything else I've ever topic for. Like,
I just didn't think enough. Like I knew it was Mason Plumlee.
you
but I
know
knew-
that you realize that if you
I knew Barton
continue to
played
work
for
at
the
this company,
Blazers.
we will lord this over your head forever. So the stakes are higher than you. I think you realize.
I'm gonna think before I say anything. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
usually
are.
good at that. But I'm gonna
The stakes are
actually-
quite high.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, question number 3. Which Nuggets player's dad is an assistant coach at Missouri?
These are tough.
Which Nuggets player's dad
That
is
seems
an
like a
assistant
trick
coach
question.
at Missouri?
This is our hardest question 3, I think.
Oh Jesus.
I love that you just totally screwed them over.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
And just to be clear, in this game, you want to get more points, not. It's not
Dude,
Which
I
Nuggets
think
player's
it's Michael
dad
Porter Jr. I think
is
it's Michael
assistant
Porter
coach
Jr.
at Missouri? Is that going to be your final
It's
answer?
definitely- It's not Jamal's dad. It's not Mason's dad. It's definitely not Nicola's dad.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Michael Porter Jr.
It is Michael
Wow.
Porter Jr.
Thank God. Like
Clutch.
that question was so on the nose. It almost like couldn't be him.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as you think it's a trick question, it's probably not. But it
Yeah.
might be.
Got a long history of the fake outs with those.
Yeah.
But it might be.
All right, question number 4. Who was the Nuggets' high scorer in their first scrimmage? Who was the Nuggets' high scorer in their first scrimmage?
Can I ask Spencer without giving a final
Yeah,
answer?
of course.
Did Nicola have like 23?
I thought Nicola had. Everybody's talked about Bol Bol, but I think Troy Daniels had a good bit of points too. That's what
Ooh.
scares me.
Well, I'm gonna let you.
I think it's
fall on this
Nicola.
one.
I think it's Nicola though. I think it's Nicola.
Is that your final answer, though?
Is that your final?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I thought you were
It
on
was
the right
Troy
track. I think you
Daniels.
were on the right track. It was Troy Daniels,
They
who
were on the-
had 22. 22 for Troy Daniels, 16 for Nikola
Yo,
Jokic.
the worst part here is that they were on the golf course training RK and Hank for a loss. and then it ended up taking the L for themselves because they didn't watch the game. Brutal.
Let's bring him back on here. Bring him back on here.
Damn
Guys,
it.
That was a tough one. That was probably the
Spencer,
toughest steps we've had.
You were right, Spence.
I knew you were shooting the lights out, but I didn't think it was that big.
Guys, you're going to want to check them out on Twitter. Their names are going to be in the description of when we tweet this out. It's going to be there. Two really awesome guys. And DNVR Golf, guys, it's going to be big. We're going to have a full launch probably next week. It was planned for today. We had to push things back a little bit. But we're going to have a full launch, and we're going to have all kinds of really cool stuff you're going to want to see. It's not just covering the sport of golf. In fact, it's not even covering the sport of golf that much, to be honest with you. It's really about playing golf, the lifestyle around golf. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Golf culture and Denver golf culture. It's going to be.
You'll learn about things about you'll learn that you're not supposed to pair white shoes and a white belt.
Yeah, there you
Otherwise,
go.
you're going to get clowned. You could show up unknowingly.
Learn something new every day.
It's really just about fashion in the male form. Is really what the DNVR Golf is.
Absolutely. Just like every other art.
Look good, feel good, play good. That's nice.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Serbian Corner, Casual Friday. Who knows? Maybe we'll shotgun beers, guys. I don't know. What do you think, Vote?
No, I'm good. Thanks for asking that.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Sing it. There it is.